In a skyscraper in the heart of New York, Alex Kim had transformed TechCorp from a small tech startup into one of the world's leading corporations. Every morning, his routine was as predictable as clockwork, arriving at 7:30 a.m., grabbing a black coffee from the cafe on the ground floor, and taking the private elevator to his top-floor office. But one October morning, everything felt different. As Alex stepped into the lobby, he noticed Mia, the usually cheerful barista, avoiding his gaze. The security guard shifted uncomfortably as he passed. The elevator ride felt heavier, as if the very building held its breath. When he reached his office, his assistant, Julia, awaited him with a grave expression. "Alex, there's something important we need to discuss," Julia said, blocking his path. "What is it?" Alex asked, a sense of dread creeping in. "It's about Ethan Park. He was terminated last Friday." Alex's heart sank. Ethan was the head of financial analysis, a brilliant and principled employee. Terminated? On whose authority? The CFO, Mr. Vance. "They claim he embezzled company funds," Julia replied, her voice low. "That's absurd. Ethan would never do that." Alex snapped. But Julia's serious demeanor told him this was no joke. Throughout the day, Alex uncovered that the board had held an emergency session, and the evidence against Ethan seemed meticulously fabricated. The restructuring of the financial department only added to his suspicions. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Alex asked Julia to track down Ethan's contact information. Later that afternoon, Alex found himself at Ethan's modest apartment. When Ethan opened the door, he looked haggard and fearful. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice trembling. "They're accusing you of stealing money." "Just tell me what really happened," Alex implored. Ethan hesitated, glancing around as if he were being watched. "Forget about me. For your own safety, just let it go." The door slammed shut, leaving Alex stunned. Returning to his office, Alex pored over the termination documents. The timestamps didn't align with Ethan's badge logs. He hadn't even been in the building during the suspicious transactions. Something sinister was at play. Determined to uncover the truth, Alex decided to go undercover in his own company. He created a new identity, Daniel Lee, a mid-level accountant. The orientation felt surreal, and on his first day in the financial analysis department, he quickly sensed the thick tension in the air. During lunch, his desk neighbor, Priya, confided in him about a special analysis tool that Ethan had developed. "But they told us to stop using it," she said, glancing around nervously. As Alex began to notice patterns of suspicious transactions in the financial data, he discovered a backdoor into Ethan's old analysis tool during a late-night session. To his shock, he found millions siphoned off through fake vendors and shell companies. As he dug deeper, Alex felt a growing sense of paranoia. A black SUV began to follow him home, heightening his fears. Then, an encrypted message arrived on his burner phone, instructing him to meet Ethan at a diner. At the diner, Ethan revealed the truth: the company was being used to launder money for criminal organizations. He had uncovered evidence but was terrified to act. They needed proof that couldn't be erased. Alex learned that a file named Project Cassandra, containing crucial evidence, was hidden in the company's backup archives and required high-level IT clearance to access. Just then, two men in dark suits walked into the diner, prompting Ethan to slip out the back. Returning to the office, Alex confronted Marcus Wong, the IT enforcer, in the server room. As tensions escalated, CFO Vance entered, revealing the depth of their corruption. Vance had orchestrated an elaborate scheme, and Alex realized he had been trapped. But Alex had one card left to play. He mentioned Project Cassandra, which threw Vance and Marcus into confusion. In the ensuing chaos, Priya and Julia arrived with evidence, and the FBI burst into the building. As agents arrested Vance and Marcus, Alex discovered that Ethan's analysis tool had been running all along, collecting data on their activities. The Real kill switch had been triggered, exposing the entire operation. With the dust settling, Janet Chin, a board member, entered Alex's office with a thick folder of documents revealing her own evidence against Vance. Together, they strategized for the future, focusing on transparency and ethics. Ethan was appointed Chief Technology Officer, tasked with ensuring the company's integrity. As dawn broke over the city, Alex reflected on this transformation. The ordinary employees who had stood against corruption were now leading the way toward a brighter, more ethical future for TechCorp. In the end, this was a tale of resilience, teamwork, and the power of truth, the very principles upon which Alex had built his company.